Okay, game 2 on 16-bit again. Maybe they like this map, who knows. Ollie again in the bottom left, and you and the Zerg player, Binley, up in the top right. So, game 1 was a little harsh. There was, a reasonable defensive setup from Ollie, in as much as he had the wall going on at the top of the ramp. Ready to keep those lings out, but unfortunately the Marines were on the outside, and the SEV pull, the repair wasn't autocast, so the lings managed to come on in and ruin his day. So we'll see if we get a similar build this time from Binley. We know that last time it wasn't a particularly cheesy rush. It was, but it was a fairly hefty number of lings. So he did get the hatch down first, and it does look like that's what he's going to go for again here. Although this worker for some reason stopped. But yeah, he's got the money for it, so the hatchery is going to come down first. Then in general, depending on how greedy you're feeling, you might drop a gas, and then the spawning could pull as soon as you can afford it, while keeping this mineral line saturated. So you can see that currently it's 17 of 16. What I tend to do if I'm playing a reasonably solid economic Zerg opener is I just make sure my mineral line stays at 16. So as workers pop out, I'll drop the gas, I'll drop the spawning pull, I'll drop a third hatch, but always keeping 16 workers mining these minerals. So again, Ollie does have the sensible wall off done here. Is mining gas as well, so potentially could get a Reaper out as soon as this finishes up. You can see the Reaper costs 50 gas, so by the time this finishes he should just about have enough for that. And a Reaper isn't a bad choice, because early lings, the Reaper can outrun them until Zergling speed finishes up, which does take a while. It's a relatively slow upgrade. So Reapers can be quite useful to just go out onto the map, and actually if you see the lings coming, you can just dance about with the Reaper and just snipe those lings and be a bit of a pain. Even defensively against lings, the Reaper can be quite good, because it can drop those grenades and spread the lings out so that they can be sniped. So I wouldn't hit a Reaper. It does look like the lings are on the map again here, so 6 lings initially. They're going in different directions. I don't know if that's a deliberate thing or if that's just the way the sort of AI has pathed them for whatever reason. No orbital command in sight here from Ollie, and that's a little bit curious, but not the biggest of deals, I guess. I mean, personally, I always like to get the orbital basically as soon as I can afford it. So again, though, look, these workers are on the outside, and that's going to be a disaster. They're going to get surrounded. They're going to get picked off. This is basically just a repeat of game 1. Needs to pull the workers. Needs to get the repairs happening. Doesn't look like that is occurring. Right, this Marine on the inside is better, so he can start going to work on these lings and doing some damage, but the repairs need to happen here. The SCVs need to come and patch these buildings up, otherwise the lings are just going to come back. Ling speed not far away, 14 more lings in production. Still these Marines popping out on the wrong side. Ollie, you really need to fix that, buddy. You need to get these Marines coming out on the inside, and no repair. If the lings get in, this is a disaster. There's huge numbers of them. Maybe not huge yet, but there will be, and they're just going to overwhelm you. So this is almost just a repeat of the first game. These Marines are going to die as they pop out, so the lings can just stay next to these production structures and just not allow anything to come out of them. Nothing's going to build. This supply depot will eventually burn down. When it does, actually it won't be supply blocked because all the SCVs are going to be dead. So actually that's a little bit disappointing. Perhaps Ollie isn't familiar with that sort of repair function. A little bit frustrating that those Marines got left out the front again, but because you do actually have to set the rally point for that to happen. By default, Marines pop out the front of the barracks, so sort of beneath them is where is where stuff comes out unless you tell it to come out otherwise. So he's actually specifically chosen that external place for those Marines to stand, and it's not a good one. Simple as. So here we are again with the flying command center. Again, the layer is in production for Binley. So as soon as that layer finishes, you'd expect a spire. You know, while you're here, you might as well round this stuff up. Why wouldn't you? And personally, I'd be sending overlords across in this direction to chase this. You know, overlords are slow, but so are command centers. So you can sort of follow that about. Other things to do are, you know, if you've got a salty Terran, is just split this stuff up, because you know, you've got a large number of lings there. So just, you know, grab 4 and just hit the patrol button and just click a few places around the map. Grab another 4, click a few different places, grab another 4. You know, so that the map is just crawling with lings, so that wherever the Terran goes, wherever they try to land, you will find them, you'll discover them. Wherever they try and build a sneaky depot, you'll find it, you'll discover it. So we'll speed this up a little bit. You can see that the spire is in production now, so once there are mutas or whatever on the map. Again, with these queens, Binley loves this sort of sending a couple of queens across the map. I'm not sure about that at all. I mean, if I put this on normal speed, you see just how slowly queens actually move when they're not on creep. Hang on, if I overslowed now. Anyway, yeah, needs to split the links up so that he can find this stuff, really. There are corruptors coming out now, and yeah, that's fine. You can use the caustic spray or whatever to focus on buildings from corruptors. So these corruptors could actually pick this off, but no need, the links are there, and it's GG.